time Charleston called and said, "Hey, Mama, get that gun up out the closet." And I said, I can't do it. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Just to look at it terrified me.
Oh.
I said, do it have bullets in it? He said, yeah, Mama, you may have to need it. I said, I can't touch it. I can't touch it. I had to call somebody to come over there to get the gun down and take the bullets out of it.
I'm honored right now to be doing this interview. Exceptionally honored. Like, there is nothing on the internet about you at all.
Really?
Nothing. It is completely non-existent. I mean, we have used some of the deepest AI that we could find, and nobody could find you except for your son.
Wow.
Charleston White.
Wow. Because I've talked to other people, and that's surprising, but I don't know if it was like what we finna do, but it was a little, just like a little insert or whatever.
Nothing. I didn't find anything. They had several pictures of women that look like you. When that came, I was like, this is not her. So,
your first. I'm surprised.
This is your first time ever sitting down?
No, I've sit down before. I mean, I sit down and talked about my children before, but to just zoom in on just talking about just Charleston himself, no.
Okay. I can't find that interview. I got to get that interview.
It's a documentary that hadn't been released.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it was a documentary. All I know is he said, hey, Mama, I'm coming over, da-da-da-da-da, and these people go, I said, oh, okay.
Mama White. Can I call you Mama White?
You can. Many people do.
That's what they call you?
Yeah.
Mama White, Miss Youlanda White. I'm not going to call him infamous because I like what he does on the internet. I really do. Like, I like how he just, he just handles business. Like, he doesn't mind holding the culture accountable. He doesn't mind not being liked or accepted. Mm-hmm. And I just like how he's just assimilated the algorithm to polarize him and, his beliefs. And I believe a lot of what he believes. And that's why him and I are cool now. And I would have never thought in a million years that me and Charleston White would be cool. But we really cool, though. Like, we really cool. Like,
until you get to know him.
Until you get to know him. And I'm like, we really the same. Like, as far as our views on, the gang culture and children dying as a result of the gang culture, a lot of the policies and stuff going on, how we have to go about putting it out there. Because, with our community, how social media is just kind of programmed through the algorithm, it's like, you got to have somebody like him that doesn't mind saying what needs to be said, when it needs to be said. Because a lot of these guys out here just pick me. They run with a bunch of guys. To me, it's very gay. And they need acceptance and they need love. And, a lot of them don't have, mothers that ground them. And he's talked a lot about his upbringing. And, I know some people will probably call Cap, ain't no way that all happened to you. And so when he asked me to sit down with you, I said, absolutely. I would sit down with Miss White, Miss Mama White. And who else would she sit with?
Yeah.
Like, I'm from the South. I was raised by a Southern woman. And y'all get down to business. So welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Anytime. I love that mask. That's just so gangster.
Thank you.
Love it. Miss White. Where were you born and raised?
In Fort Worth.
Really?
Yes.
So you were Texan. That explains the cowboy boots and
yes.
The sparkles.
Yeah. Well, back then I guess it wasn't sparkles, but you grow into things. And I just like bling bling. I like the sparkles.
Yeah, because when you walked in the door, I said, oh, I see what Charleston get his sparkles from. You say he got it from me.
That's right. That's right. Because in 100 years, you never would say that he would even wear sparkles, wear skinny jeans. Oh, Mama ain't wearing that. That's for women. They ain't wearing no skinny jeans. I ain't putting on that, I ain't wearing no pink shirt. Mama, that's gay if I wear a pink. I said, no, it's not. So I represent the guy. No, I'm not doing it. So many, many years ago, you never would even fathom in your mind that he'll be wearing bling, skinny jeans, and none of that.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer. You mind telling people how young you are?
No, I don't mind that at all. I'm not one of them women that care about the age. I'm 66 years old, turned that on last Sunday, on January 25th. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful to God for blessing me these 66 years.
I just got to ask you to do one thing because I don't think they know how young you look. Like, black does not crack. Do you mind just doing this real quick.
Girl, if I take the mask off, I might well keep it off.
No, put it back on. It's gangsta. I want the whole interview.
Yeah,
I just wanted you to shut the whole.
Okay, I'm gonna do it real quick.
The face. Oh, see, them little girls out there be going to pay for the, fillers and pump cheeks and stuff like that. You ain't.
I may pay for me some fillers too.
You don't need them.
I ain't started yet, but I may.
You don't need them. Like, you are plump, succulent.
Well, you see what you see that other people don't see, so.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that compliment.
Anytime. How many children?
I have 3 children.
Okay. What are their ages, if you don't mind me asking?
Charleston will be 49, I think, 51 and 35.
Oh, wow.
And I have 3, that's my maternal children.
Okay, so you done raised a lot of kids.
I have, and I adopted 3 kids.
Oh, wow.
Out of my family.
Okay.
But they my maternal nieces and great niece.
Okay, so from like your sister or brother?
Right, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So listen, we got to get to know, because Charles got a lot of people. They either love him or they hate him. They're trying to figure out like who raised this. I was gonna say the N-word, but I ain't gonna cuss around your mama. Why?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am. So I just need you to back up a little bit. Like, have you seen your son on the internet?
I'm not on social media, and I don't have it. My mother is finna be 86, and she have all that.
So she know.
I don't have any of that.
Charles, you should have brought your grandmama down here.
She gangster.
She ain't gangster. Well, I guess,
Oh my God.
you be what you have to be when you have to do it.
So you really don't know the Charleston White that we see.
No, I know what I'm told by my daughter and himself, his son. A lot of things I don't agree with, and he already know. If I hear some of my daughter say, Mama, I got to send this to you. Let me tell you what's going on. Because you're going to hear it because it's all over everywhere. So she might play a little bit. I say, girl, I don't want to hear no more of that. And, but the thing about it is this. Whether you famous or not, on the internet or not, there's always going to be people that like you and dislike you. That's just a part of life itself. You can't never please everybody. You cannot be what everybody wants you to be. You can't act like everybody wants you to act, because we all act some way. And some difference. It's just he's on the internet public where people can see it. Well, what we do within our home, we're not on the internet and people can't see it. So I get it.
It's just very rare that you find, because I know like my mother-in-law, she's 71. My mom, I cannot keep them off of social media. I'm like, Mom, why are you on my page? This person said this. This person said that. But for you, like, I could tell there's a peace, like an internal peace about you.
I got too much to do. I can't. And when I see how at a wake or a funeral and they find out I'm Charleston, my husband be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, 3 o'clock in the morning watching Charleston? My God. She said, then I get up and join him. I go, really? She said, oh yeah. My husband love him. And even on my job, they said, oh, you Charleston White, Mom? I said, no, I'm not. So she ran over and looked at my name tag on my desk. She said, yes, you are. That's you. And I go, I can't deny him. He belonged to me. I said, everybody don't like it. She said, oh, but I love him.
They asking you for pictures?
No, I don't do that no more.
You used to when they would ask?
Yeah, with certain people, but I don't even do it, period, anymore. Because I know people take your picture, like that guy did at a funeral, and he and I took a picture, and he posted it and tried to intimidate Charleston by it. And this was a boy that I helped his aunt send to school from my home when he was like in the 2nd grade.
Oh.
And so I don't take pictures after that.
So did he use it as a way to intimidate Charles?
Yes,
like,
he tried to.
Mama.
Yeah, he tried. He said a whole lot of stuff. And I had helped his aunt with him and his sister and his brother. And that did it for me.
He turned around and disrespected you like that.
But it's okay. It was just a spirit behind it. And I understand it all. First it pissed me off. And then I thought I fed him good hot meals and made sure no one snotty sending him to school, picking him up from school and da-da-da-da. But it's okay. I understood it. I forgave him and moved on from it. But I'm just talking about it now because, what you just mentioned.
Okay. Shame on him. I need to get his name.
Just like my first cousin, Her daughter had all these pages of documents that looked like they were legal, said that Charleston had raped a girl. He'd never been to her home before because her mother is not the kind of mother to allow her kids to go and stay over to nobody's house. But that was her way, I guess, to get her clap, but it didn't work. And I say, well, who would take up that much energy to falsify documents from a court and sign off on it and look like a DA signed off on it? And if he's seen her, he wouldn't even know her. If he's seen her mother, he wouldn't know her. She would have to say, oh, I'm your cousin so-and-so. They call me Cricket. I'm Cricket's cousin. So then he would say, oh, okay, I know your name, but he don't know her. So again, just a demonic force, just a spirit was behind it, trying to get him to respond, but he don't even know her. And I'm sure he responded. My daughter told me that, but he didn't even know her.
So you have a reason as to why you maintain your privacy and...
No, before that, I didn't do it. When it first come on the scene, I just never been interested in doing it because I didn't see how it would benefit me. I see how it would take my time, the time that I really didn't have to give to it. Because I look at my daughter say, y'all don't want to keep my mom on her knees praying for my brother all the time. That's what I got to do. And I just hadn't been interested in it. Even when it came on the scene, I just never took no interest in it.
Well, listen, I want to start from the beginning. Did you always know that your son was going to be a prolific figure? I mean, he's recognized by Elon Musk. Do you know Elon
really?
Musk? Yes,
I know who he is.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I remember.
He's a trillionaire.
Yeah. I remember when Charleston was in the TYC, the boys' facility, when he got in trouble. I remember him writing a letter we can't find yet. He was 15. He went in when he was 14. He was 15. And my other boy went in prison shortly after that. He wrote him a letter and said, I'm going to be famous one day. He was 15 when he said this. And we can't find that letter. I'm sure we'll come up on it at the point in time. But right now we can't find the letter. He said, I'm going to be famous one day. And he always been, even as a little boy, everybody want to keep him. Because he was mischievous, and a lot of kids are mischievous. That's just the bottom line of that. But it's like everybody just want to keep Charles, but they want to keep him because they want to whoop him.
I know. Let me stop you right now, because you got to take a look at these waves I got, baby, waving at you. Ah, yes. Ain't they cute? Shout out to Honey Beauty. The only products that I use that actually moisturize my hair from root to tip. And as you can see, because my hair is so short, you can see the root and the tip. I love that it doesn't have any cancer-causing chemicals, no preservatives. And so stop what you're doing. Hit the link below in the description box as well as in the comment section and Google Honey Beauty right now so that you can start to love all your hair as I'm loving all these waves right now that's waving bye-bye to y'all. Look at these. Look at these. Look at these. All right, winos, after months of planning and negotiating, I am excited to announce that shoptkdeals.com is now extended to you. If you are a creator like myself, or maybe you're just a stay-at-home mom, or maybe you're just someone that just wants to make passive income as well as main income, shoptkdeals.com now offers that invitation to you. So which means you can become an affiliate partner and make anywhere from 30 to 40% on each sale that you make on shoptkdeals.com, okay? And so listen, I'm excited to work with you guys. I'm excited to train you guys. Not only will I be training you, we'll be hosting webinars, sales calls, and all that to make sure that we're all successful and we keep all of these brands happy. So I want you guys to stop what you're doing now. Go on over to the website, shoptkdeals.com, hit join my sales team, and I will see you guys on our sales call, okay? All right, India. Now, what do you go by? India?
LaFay.
LaFay.
BKA
okay.
Round Right You.
Did you have a rough childhood coming up?
No, you know, I had a sweet childhood. I made it rough. My mama was awesome. I had an awesome mama. She always had us in school.
So what did you go to prison for?
I was burglary scrub. That's how I got the serial in my cell. I was in the maximum prison. They put serial in there. Try to get him to hurt me to get more time. The whole time he fell in love with me.
You was in a serial killer?
I was. He was in there for killing gay man. He was in there for killing gay man.
Why was he killing gay men? Did he tell you?
Yeah, he told me.
You gotta tell him. Why was he killing? Why was he
started? Okay, well, I'm gonna just tell you this. I got out of prison and I started writing him like, yo, whoa. He started sending me money from prison, like off his books and shit. I'm damn. Okay, he a player. So I started being with him and shit, writing him and shit. And he got out of prison, and that's when he started going crazy.
And you know, he gonna tell me everything because he was a mama's boy. My boys was mama's boy, like my girl is a mama's girl. And so I wouldn't let people keep him. And I let a few in between keep him. But I know he gonna come back and tell me everything. And I was gonna direct it. Now, I've told Charleston, he act like his dad, but he didn't have a relationship with his dad. But his dad, very well, spirit is a part of him, which, you know, we have 33 chromosomes of our parents, 33 of the dad, then we got our own in the middle. But he didn't know him. But his family would say, boy, that boy acts just like his daddy. Because he'd just go off and say stuff, and that's what his daddy did. But when I think back, before I was changed and start being conscious of what I say, I pop off too. But not like with all that cussing that he do. He said, but mama, they paid me to cuss. Oh, son, you ain't got to do all that cuss. But mama, they paid me to cuss. That's what they paid me for. I said, okay.
But they do.
But that's what he said.
They think something wrong with him if he ain't cussing. They're going to be like,
well,
they done got him in a mental institution
yes,
like
but you know
Kanye
what?
West.
Yes, but you know when he was in the political realm, when he had wearing his dreads, and he was meek and humble and going into the schools and doing all that. He said, Mama, I wasn't making 2 pennies. He said, when I started acting like a fool and crazy, then I started making money.
I mean,
it is what it is. It's facts.
Yeah. I mean, people love a good circus. That's why we give them that a lot. That's what
Until they find out, you know, they find out that when he got in trouble and he told his story, it's a few people say, oh, he's lying. He ain't been through all that, but he has.
Let's talk about that. So you and Charleston's father, were y'all married?
No.
Okay. All right. So, was it did you guys plan to have Charleston?
We ain't planning to have none of them. All 3 kids. I didn't play 3 different baby daddies. I didn't plan. It happened heat of the moment Charleston dad and I dated. I was 18 years old.
You were a baby.
His dad had come from the military. He's in the Navy. Nice looking guy, you know. Had a good, smooth conversation. And I don't know if Charleston ever showed you a picture of him, of his dad. But real intelligent, smart man, just like his boy. Okay. And it is what it is.
You got pregnant and
yeah.
So were you a single mother most of the years?
I was a single mother most of the years.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it because he was in the Navy and he traveled a lot?
No. He was out of the Navy when I met him.
Okay. Okay.
No.
And so
it just didn't happen for his marriage or I guess our relationship might have lasted about a couple of years, maybe, you know, but off and on, in and out. And but he never is the wrong term to use. For his relationship building with his son, that didn't happen. He interacted, because he did get married later, he interacted, him and his wife, but it wasn't relationship building as a father and a son.
So if we meet his father today.
You ain't gonna meet him, he's deceased.
Oh, okay. Rest in peace, Father White.
His last name was Williams.
Oh, okay. Miss White. There we go. Basically the personalities are similar. The articulation, I take it.
Honey, his family that knew him, that's 70, 80 years old, when they on that stuff and on the social media, they say, boy, when I see that boy, I can't help but think. His dad's name was Charles Ray. I can't help but think about Charles Ray, because that boy just like him. Now, his dad died, and Charleston had to bury him. And it was a hard thing for him to do, because he didn't have a relationship. So his emotions of the absence of his father came up. And he was like, well, Mama ain't never did nothing for me. Why should I bury him? I said, well, son, you're the only child he had that we know of. I said, but if that ain't what you want to do, don't do it. So I just took it to God in prayer. And within 24 hours, he called me and said, my mama gonna do it. So when he went and did it, and the weight and all, and his dad, family came, and they was crying, because it's like they looking at him, but they think his dad is standing there because he looked just like him. And he had a grin, a smile, the way he laughed, the way his hand looked, the way he walked. All they could think, man, this boy's identical to his dad. And then one of the cousins had to apologize to him, because she had said that wasn't his dad. And she called and apologized to me. I told her, you don't owe me no apology. I said, but you know Charles Ray's behavior, right? She said, yes, well, that's his son. Meaning he don't want nothing to do with y'all, because that would have been his daddy's behavior if the shoe was on the other foot for him. And he don't interact with him. He have a few of his daddy's family members that he interact with, but outside overall, he doesn't.
And you were always cordial with them? You never
Oh, yeah,
kept...
to this day. I believe in the mother letting your child know their father, you the one laid down with him. You ain't got up with the baby, whichever way it happened. Let them know this side of the family. Don't tell them nothing bad about him, because they're going to grow up and learn this on their own, thinking they're going to grow up and learn it on their own, like he did. And I remember taking his dad with me to visit Charleston and get his state school. And he was in the military and getting his money for Charleston, and he asked him, so what do you want me to do with the money that they're going to give me for you? You want me to keep it? And he looked at him, and he said, my mama is all I know. Give it to my mama.
Wow.
He was 15. He said, my mama is all I know.
So let me, so after you had Charleston, he did talk to us about him like losing his eye.
Everybody age, maybe 6. And what happened, I never forget this, I was going to the grocery store. This lady that lived in the projects used to keep them for me when I went to work at night. Her daughter, he went over to her house to watch him. I took him over for her to watch him while I go. She had boys. While I went to the grocery store. Well, when I come back, Charleston, being mischievous, that we call it, he got a rubber band and a number 2 pencil, made it like a slingshot. And as he was shooting it, the pencil flew back and poked him in his eye. On the next day, I took the children to the circles downtown Fort Worth. My nieces, well, maybe about 6 kids. And as they were walking and Charles was joking and had the kids laughing, and before he realized, he walked right into that light pole with that same eye that the pencil leg had stuck him in. At that time, what I didn't know, when he hit his eye on that light pole, on that big silver pole, it splattered blood across his vision lens. So when I took him into the emergency room the next day, just would have found out he had to go to specialists. So his vision lens was stained with the blood flow. So over the period of the time of using drops and ointment and all this stuff in his eye, where the pressure of the eye became so severe over the period of time that the pain was unbearable. So now we gone, maybe about 2 years, maybe 1986 we moved to Monroe, Louisiana, moved back in 1988. In 1988 is when he had to have this surgery. Now, keep in mind, I worked for General Motors, I worked at night, so they didn't have supervision. So now he's approaching to be a teenager. And my son was older, and I showed him how to put the ointment in the eye that would lessen the pain, but he didn't do it. He would leave him unattended. So Charleston not wanting to tell on his brother, so when I would call home, oh, Mama, all right, but his eye would hurt so bad. So when I took him to the specialist, Dr. Tronick was the specialist, and the pressure was just too high of being so severe of pain. He said, well, one of the things we got to do is remove the eye. So he explained it to Charleston and I. We talked about it. And I said, well, son, you would have just one eye. You know, of course, man. You know, we were crying and going on. And so anyway, had the surgery, had the eye removed. And then he got a prosthetic eye, which people won't even know he had a prosthetic eye. He didn't never tell them, never took it out. But that's how that came about.
How did that affect you?
Oh, wow. I just couldn't bear it, you know, just thinking about my son with one eye. Then I thought about, well, he could have been blind in both eyes. I thought about, well, what if the pressure went so high and he had a stroke or heart attack? Because the pressure was severe. I'm just recently really walking in my faith, just walking in it and knowing that I got to protect my children, got to seal by them. This is my baby boy. I had not had my daughter at this time. And it was real difficult because I'm thinking I'm working at night and I can't be there to put the medicine in his eye. So I took a leave of absence from a job and all that, but you only have so much money saved up, so you can't take a leave of absence forever because money is what you got to function off on, paying your bills, you right? So anyway, it was emotional, seeing that, but he made it through. He made it through. Now back up, before that happening, well, he might have been 7 or 8, maybe, no, it was about 12 when he got the eye removed. He left at 14. He had to come back. They had to bring him back to see that same doctor for a follow-up. But to back up, before that happened, he had an incident when he was probably about 6 or 7. He was 6 or 7 or 5 when this happened with a wash machine, playing in an apartment complex, jumping on top of the wash machine. Some kind of way the lid popped up, his leg fell over in it, and his spinning, he broke his fibula and his tibia. And he wore a body cast from his chest all the way down to both feet with a brace in between it.
Mama, there's a video on the internet of Charleston in a club. I ain't gonna tell you what type of club it was.
Probably a strip club. He truthful and tell me all that stuff.
I ain't want to say it, Mama.
That's all right. I get
it. A gun went off and he shot himself in the leg. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
But I just feel like Charleston has just been like
accident prone.
Dangerous to himself.
Mm-hmm. But this is what happened to him, and I had to pack him around with that body cast, go take him to his apartment, put a little pillowcase right here, and such a strong, determined young man within.
Was he in a wheelchair with the body cast? But he could walk with it?
He could walk. He taught himself how to walk with it. But before I was packing him to the bathroom, bedpan and all that. And one morning, I felt somebody shaking me, so I woke up. I said, "How did you get down out the bed, son?" He said, "Mama, I looked at my legs and I told my legs, you walking today. You hear me, legs? I'm tired of my brother and my mama saying about me, legs, you gonna walk today." He said, "Mama," and I got down and my legs are walking.
Wow.
So when I would take him to the specialist, it would always be such a team of doctors to come to see with this miracle boy walking in his body cast, because his body cast was literally from here all the way down with a wood brace in between. And people would just come by. We had boys on our door, he's standing at the door. People just come by just to see this kid standing at his door with this body cast, because it was like unbelievable.
So he got inside the washing machine?
Yeah, he fell in it. The top, he was jumping up and down in some kind of way. That lid flipped open, and while it was spinning, his leg went in and it broke his fibula and tibia, and his whole leg was turning around backwards. Girl, it was just terrible.
Oh my God.
And
no wonder this man's comedy career is soaring.
And this lady, he was at John Peter Smith Hospital. I'm gonna dig those pictures out too. Mm-hmm. My baby was in so much pain, and this one lady, I say she was a nurse, but she worked at General Motors now. She took such good care of Charleston, and even she would just come and she just took care of him like he was her own child. And sometime I run into the lady, she said, "How my boy doing?" I said, "Girl, you took care of my boy so good at that hospital."
I miss nurses like that. I said, I miss nurses like that.
Yeah. So he made it through that, and you can't even tell that even happened, that he broke his fibula and tibia. You can't even tell, because it's not unbalanced like that where you can tell. And if he don't tell you,
that
you don't know.
That sounds so painful.
Yeah, it was real pain because his legs spun around. It spun around. And we ran and got him and took him upstairs, not knowing at that time I shouldn't have moved him, called the 911, and they come and I said, "Boy, why did you do that? What did you do?" And I'm not even knowing how bad it was, but his little leg and little bone was sticking up, and I was like, oh my God. And during this time, trying to think, was I working at MCI or was I working at General Motors? I think I had started at GM at the time. I might have been already at GM, but anyway, yeah, that was very emotional and very difficult to do.
My goodness.
So that happened first. Then the I happened after that.
So when he describes his whole childhood of being in the hospital, he really was not exaggerating.
Lying. Oh no.
What? So when he describes his whole childhood of being in the hospital, he really was not exaggerating.
Lying. Oh no.
What type of? And he says he was homeschooled most of the time because he couldn't go to school because he was in the hospital.
Right. And he's very smart. You know, even going to college with a GPA of 4.0, being on the dean's list, you know, he like have this micro vision. When he see things, he grasp it, and he don't even have to go back to the book. He just know it. You know.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I don't know. Maybe him spending all that time in the hospital. You know, when you're, you know how they say your senses heighten when you can't use one part of your body. So like if you got one eye missing, all your other senses. Of course, this eye makes up for the other eye in your ears and your nose, your brain. It's just everything heightens, and I feel like him being, you know, immobile for a while kind of pushed him to accelerate his brain, and we see that. And I think that's the part, like when people really get to know Charleston, like they instantly fall in love with him. And I saw Elon Musk like quoting Charleston White, and I was like, you done made it to the president's like, you know, quarters. Like they protect him. Trump and them, they love him.
Wow. I remember when he was in Gideon State School, and it was just so much stacked against him. Because when Charleston got in trouble at age 14, got in trouble for murder, this was a time where determined sentences was coming on the scene for Texas. And determined sentences is when a young person, a teen, do an adult crime, they fall into determined sentences. You are sentenced, start off at 40 years. When you get 18, then you go back before the judge, and then the judge determines whether you go to the big people prison or what they're going to do with you. So in the midst of this time of Charleston getting ready to come back before the courts, it was so much stacked against him. It was so many people disliked him. Even director told him, I'm going to make sure you go to prison. And if you don't go to prison, I'm going to resign. So, of course, he's going to let his mama know, and I take off down there during the week. And they was like, well, you can't visit him in the week. I said, I'm not coming to visit him. I'm coming to visit the director. That's who I'm here to see. And if I got to wait all day, so be it. So I did see her, and I told her what she had. Charleston had told me she said. And they had kind of put him in solitary confinement, made him stand up, wouldn't let him read no book. I said, no, that's inhuman. You're not going to do him like that. I said, your promise to him, if he don't go to prison, you're going to resign. I said, you might as well go ahead and start your resignation now, because he's not going to prison. So, of course, lo and behold, he went back to court. He didn't go to prison. I received a package in the mail that was FedEx to me. Got a phone call from this lady telling me what she was sending me. She said, they got so much falsified stuff against your son. She said, I have sent it to you. She said, but please don't let them know I did it. So I called her attorney, which he's deceased now. I said, Mr. Mallory, I got to bring this in to you. He said, now, Miss White, both of your boys are gone, and I know you have a heart of a mother. So do you think you just want your son home? And is this really true? I said, oh, I have the documents, the evidence. So I took it to his office and left, and he called me, go, wow. This is unbelievable. They have falsified hundreds of pages on this boy, document every day. So when it come time to go back to court, of course we got this ammunition. The lawyer has a heart attack, so we had to put it off. The judge subpoenaed the director, the different one to come. They avoid the subpoena. He had to subpoena him again. So the lady that sent me the information, her son came to court, but he didn't go to prison. He didn't go to prison. And it was unbelievable. So that's why that state school stuff started changing. And they realized that these people weren't doing right by these young people. And everybody didn't have a support team like Charleston had. They didn't have a mother like I had. And one thing, every time I go visit him, because I'm going to visit him once a month, he going to call and say, Mama, you mind bringing so-and-so a pair of pants, bringing him, because he don't have nobody. So I'll be taking clothes to somebody else, whomever, hat, T-shirts, socks, underwear, and all that. And I didn't mind doing it. And so since he didn't go to prison, this was a sour taste in some of the people's mouth at TYC. At Giddens, let me say Giddens. Now this lady done elevated up in Austin. So when Charleston started his hype about helping young people to excel, he went back to Giddens.
The foundation.
Okay. He went back to Giddens and did a big barbecue. I mean, every dignitary from Austin was there. I mean, and he had got together about 40 people that was in Giddens, females and males, and they went too. And it was really unbelievable. But at one point, he sat on the board, TYC, down in Austin, I guess to cuss the folk out down there. Mm-hmm. And then he wasn't there no more. Senator John Whitmore, he became associated with him. And later, I needed him. So I could see Charleston's life shifting. I could see it shifting. He had a heart for helping young people, helping them to excel, to tell his story. So everybody don't have a mother supported such as his mother was. Some of them kids didn't have anybody at all.
Explain, because there are a lot of people that really don't know all the specifics of what went down when Charleston was charged. He was charged with
murder.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but he didn't pull the trigger.
No.
Okay, the young man that he was with did.
Yes.
And that's the young man that didn't go to jail.
That didn't do what?
Did he go to jail?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's only one boy that didn't, I want to think, because I think he got killed in a car wreck.
Before it was time.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe he got I'm not even sure, but I know he got killed in a car wreck. But what happened, and I won't forget this because I had bought Charleston a starter jacket. So they went to the 303 Mall, which is closed today because of that incident.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's closed today because of the incident. Things just went down. And he and 4 or maybe 5 other boys, and this boy that got killed in a car wreck, his mother had bought him a car. He was about 14, 15 years old. So that's how, and he was her oldest child. And he was dependable and respectful. I get it, but he had his own vehicle, nice car at the time. And they had broken into a girl's house and stole her dad gun, which was a police officer in Arlington. And so they went into that mall, to that store, that athletic store, stole those jackets, got out, ran, jumped in a car. So it was a man that was observing them. He was an off-duty, I want to say he was an off-duty security guard, or maybe, I think he was off-duty security guard, seen him. So he got his jackhammer out the car and beat the windshield in. So these boys done freaked out and got scared. Charleston handed the boy the gun from the back seat. And supposedly the boy didn't pull the gun to shoot the man, but the gun went off.
Because it was locked and loaded.
Because it was locked. So all of them in there, whether you pull the trigger or not, you was accessory because you associated yourself with it.
So somebody saw them stealing. And
he sent a run and get in the car.
And he takes a
his
weapon,
jackhammer and came and beat on their window to try to force them out. He intervened. And I'm
trying to play, I guess,
because he was a security guard or something.
A vigilante, but it's security guard. You both got police.
Yeah, but he did that. His instincts.
ZBC Essentials Body Butter Cream. We got Soft Girl Energy here, Cocoa Cashmere. This is what I got on right now. They smell so rich and fragranty. Okay, I don't even know if fragranty is a word. We also got an unscented one in case some of y'all don't like the scented ones, but they are handmade butter creams, highly absorbable. They don't leave your elbows ashy after you put it on, or 5 minutes after you put it on, your feet still ashy. I love that a black person has made body butter for black people. I said I love that a black person has made body butter for black people because only black people understand the level of moisture that we need. Now, treat your skin like it absolutely deserves to be treated. Head on over to ZBCEssentials.com and order your body butters today.
When we're stressed out about anything, including debt, there's so many other detriments to our lives, our health, our family, our friends, all can see it on us. And then when you become debt-free, you can start focusing on things that truly make you happy. It really is true happiness. I've had many individuals make up with family members after going through bankruptcy because they don't have the stress. It really changes your mindset, and it allows you to have the freedom, the mental freedom, to take care of what's really important. And I certainly recommend it for everybody because, as we all know, life is too short.
Just kicked in and just looked at these old young boys, young black boys, you know, and he was gonna terrify him. And I mean, he beat it. So when the boy got the gun, boom, went off, and the man died. Later, when I never forget this, Charleston had come home before I went to work. I went over to this boy's house, which his mother had a lot of kids, but he was the youngest. And he might have been about 15 at the time, and all his siblings was like 30 and 20 or something. I went to his mother's house, and I said, is Charleston over here? And she said, no, but she lied. He was there. She lied. He was there. Had she been honest, and I did confront her about this later when I found out that my son could have been spared from this trouble, you know? But it's a lot of mothers, a lot of parents, a lot of people let other kids come to their house and don't even know their parents, don't know if they want them there or not. A lot of them do it. They do it and do all kind of stuff.
Mama White. You hit a nerve with that one, because my daughter, 19, you don't never let my friends come over. You don't want to get to know their parents. And I'm like, it's not that. I just want to keep you out of trouble. Mm-hmm. And so then when I would get to know the parents will be absolute trash. They let their kids.
I hate to say.
They let their kids get high, get drunk in their house. They buy it for them.
Yeah.
They just don't have no boundaries.
They have no boundaries. They being their friend.
Exactly.
And not their parent.
And then my thing is, my child is with them. Or if their children are with me, I call them to say, hey, your child is with me. Do you know that? This is what we're doing. They didn't do that when my child was with them. And that's why I had to cut it off, because I'm just like, if they're not going to respect me and let me know what's going on, and then y'all out here doing God knows what under the sun. Mm-hmm. And then when something go wrong, they always blame the black child.
Mm-hmm. Always.
And I'm like, you don't get that by now? You the one that do this and bring this and... Yeah, you just hit a nerve with that one. And it just reassured me, I'm sorry, Mama White, that I'm doing the right thing.
You're okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are. And it was just a sad thing. And I had to go to work with my, because this was front news on the Star Telegram, when we had the newspaper, every news broadcast flashing, da. And I just prayed, Lord. So they did get him. They got them. And I had to go to work, held my head up. I had to, walking by you people, that's her. That was her son.
Oh, my God.
And this one guy, I never forget, I'm just going to call his first name. His name is Philip. With his wife, I don't know if she believed he was saved or not, but if it wasn't been for that man giving me scriptures and praying with me every day, I don't even know how I would have made it through going to work, because I had to go to work.
Yeah, 2 other kids.
Yeah. And he just was there. And Philip, if you happen to see this, thank you. I hadn't forgot about it. It's been over 30-something years. I appreciate you for those scriptures and those prayers that we were working side by side in the trim room. So get down to going to court, and me going over there seeing my boy, and I'm thinking 14 years old, my heart just was, whew, Lord have mercy. It was just, whew, Lord have mercy. And Lord just looking at him, just a little innocent child, 14, you don't even realize what you really done, son. You really don't realize. And then he done talk to the law and people. Well, he hadn't been taught not to talk to the police if you get in trouble. We didn't know, I didn't know to teach him that, because I didn't know that, So when they come talking about them 40 years, I just almost fainted. I caught a hold to that thing, and I looked at that attorney and I said, I'm just walking in my faith. That's my baby boy. I'm not saying to give him a slap on the wrist. You talking about 40 years? I said, I can't comprehend that. I said, I got to believe God. I got to trust God. This is out of my hand and it's out of your hand, but I'm going to trust God. He said, Miss White, this is what it is. I said, but I can't accept it. I ain't going to believe it. I just can't accept it. I got to trust God with everything I got. What else do I have? I'm about to faint, about to die in the inside. Still got 2 other children. I got this baby. No. God comes through every time.
Every time.
So when he went back to court, he didn't go to prison. He didn't get to 40 years. I think he did, 12 years? Even if he did 12. And I never forget that he had got a furlough, and then he was going to be late getting back on the bus. He panicked, wasn't going back. He called me. I said, son, you got to go back. You got to go back. You late, but it's not the end of the world, son. You got to go back. So one of the house parents there, which was this lady sent me this information, and the house father, I called him on the 3-way, and he talked to him and got him back. Mm-hmm. So they sent him to a halfway house place that was in Brenham? I'm not sure where it was. But anyway, all these facts of our lives showed us that God will bring you through. Think about the last thing. He gonna bring us through this one too. So it was just, ooh, you got bad boys. Ooh, them boys are gonna ever get out, they're gonna ever, and ever is a long time. I said, yes, he will. No, he's not bad. He just made a wrong choice and decision.
And he was a kid.
He was a kid in a kid's mind. Then it was said throughout my family, whispered talking about him. She think they this and think they that. No, I ain't think that about him. That's what you thought about him. I just doing it as a single parent, try to provide the best that I could for my kids. And then my sister had 6 children. I helped her with 5, went into the system. They said, well, it was my fault, so that's why my boys got in trouble. That's not true, because they didn't come out of my womb. They came out of her womb. My boys got in trouble for making wrong choices and decisions. So back to Giddens. They want to put Charles on his medication. He called me. I said, oh, no, son. So they said that he was antisocial. So I said, no, you will not put him on no medication. That's just who he is. And then they said, well, he want to run this gang. He want to be head of the gang. And I said, the boy don't even weigh 100 pounds, so where in the world he going to be head of the gang? But this stuff was true,
He can speak.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I was like, son, he said, oh, no, mama. Then he get out and he had this tattoo on his back made. What in the world is that about? You can't make yourself. But what he was saying, that I made it through that. Through that state school stuff. Because there was stuff went on. Then it was a big lawsuit. I'm talking about a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. At this time, he's 18.
Against you?
No, against state school.
Okay.
Against getting state school. And Charles like, Mama, I won't have nothing to do with them people. I'm out of that system. I said, Charles, son, this money for you on the table where these people, how they falsify the documents against you and all this stuff, you're supposed to be implemented in this lawsuit. I don't know. Well, he's 18. Well, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't even convince him. And guess what? The lawsuit won.
He didn't get no money.
Well, he didn't go and, yeah. He didn't want to have nothing to do with it. He said, Mama, let them people keep that money. I'm out that system. Because he had done did all and experienced all that stuff with them people and authority. And you're young and precious, but mine, you think that you and authority, these people going to win. I told him, I don't care about the white folk, black folks, or no folk. God win over all of them. I don't care what they saying. I don't care what they saying. God rules, son. He said, well, Mama, that's your belief. It'll be your belief after a while, but I'm standing on my truth. You believe your God, and I'm going to believe my God, and we'll see who God wins in the end. My God always going to win. So that's why you will hear them say, Mama's God, Mama's God. Not that they saying, I'm their God. They're not saying that because they know better. Because what I positioned to them, you believe your God, I'm going to believe my God. We'll see which God wins. I never forget when I went to visit one time and come with that little hat on his head, a little Muslim thing. And I said, Lord, I got to deal with this. And I said, we sit down. You get to know Charleston, you can hear a rat piss on cotton at home. If you don't say nothing to him, he don't say nothing to you. If you talk to him, he gonna talk to you. But all this stuff they say, how you doing, that ain't even none of him. When he first told me, Mama, these people think I'm funny, I'm gonna take it to the Mac. I said, really? And he said, yeah. And so when I said, well, son, he said, Mama, the people just making me do all this here. I'm enjoying it, I'm having fun. I said, but if they come home with you, they can't get 2 words out of you. But that's the part they don't know.
I'll never forget when he did an interview and he said he used to sell pork to Muslims.
Yeah,
on the side of the road.
He fell out with somebody because his son had them pork nachos and loved it in one of the seconds. And when he told the man pork, the man fell out with him. He told him, I said, well, son, you shouldn't have did that. And he can barbecue too.
It's just funny the way he said it. And that's what, I mean, the evolution into comedy. When I first saw him, I was just like, even though he's polarizing as a speaker, the comedy is just where it's at. I mean, the conscious comedy. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of conscious comedians out here. And one of them happened to be one of my favorites, Dave Chappelle. And so he is our time's emerging Dave Chappelle. You know, Dave Chappelle had that funny look. You could just look at him and start laughing. You look at Charleston, you just want to start laughing because of the energy he pulls off, the faces he made, how he walk, how he talk, and then the stories he tells about him and, you know, the things that he's went through. And it's like, ain't no way he went through that. But then when you see how he walk, I'm like, yeah, he done went through a few. He done got shot in the leg, twisted up in the wash machine, you know, eye poked out. And then when he's really...
And I almost got lost in the system when he went to jail over in Dallas. They said he couldn't be found. And he used somebody from, Mama, don't let them lose. Mama, don't lose me in here. I said, you ain't gonna get lost in there, son. I don't care how they saying you're not there. I promise you, you're not gonna get lost over there, son. I know that's where you are. And they're not going to lose you for whatever reason. They're not going to lose you.
And he spoke of, like, you know, them putting him in systems trying to, you know, tranquilize him or mess up his mind with medication.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it because he knew too much?
Probably. Or they just wanted to shut him up, especially in the Fort Worth area. Because he brought a lot of wrongfully stuff that the police department was doing and this, that, and the other. You know, he was in a political realm and he would go there at them meetings and this, that, and other. And my nephew, who's not here, he caused him get into that political thing because he was politically inclined. He ran for mayor of Arlington back many, many years ago. And his name was Charleston White. And his motto was, white is right. But what he mean white is right, because that was his last name. Not meaning white color. Yeah, white is right.
Clever.
So he helped to get the stadium and different things in Arlington going, some of the transportation and stuff before he passed away. And he and Charleston was double cousins. Both of their dads are 2 first cousins. Okay. And my sister, of course, was his mom. So when they did that, and people was calling and saying that they done kidnapped the Charleston, and I said, well, ain't nobody calling for no ransom. If they do, they're gonna be up out of luck. So different people was calling, talking about, call his mama, where his godmom that kept him when he was about 6 months old for me when I worked 2 jobs. That's who they thought was his real mother. And so when I come home and I say, I'm his real mama. So I went over there to that classy lady club where he used to do with the kids. I said, I'm his real mother. Charleston's fine. He hadn't been kidnapped. But they didn't have him in the system, but they had took him to the institution at JPS. And he said, Mama, I asked him, man, what you got to do to get out of this place? He said, you got to make like you're taking the medication and you got to see the judge. The judge that was stationed there is the one who give you your release. So I go over there to see him, and all come back to me as Giddens. I see my boy when he come to visit, and I said, son, we just got to pray. He said, I can't do nothing, son. My hands is tied, but God got it.
It put you back in that same situation with that that prosecutor that falsified all them documents and stuff, and they were trying to do the same thing
Yeah,
with him.
absolutely. But
as an adult.
this was the police, the Fort Worth PDP, because they wanted him to stop
he was
talking
exposed.
and stop telling information, shining the opening on them and their wrongdoing, but it came out anyway.
Because then I think it was like a police standoff. They killed somebody and then went and withheld the body from the family. And I think he said he put a lot of, I can't remember exactly what he said. And he made a standoff to demand that the police allow the body to be shown to the family.
Right.
And then that's when they kidnapped him and locked him up and tried to put him
They
in
really didn't kidnap, they just arrested him. I guess it was kind of kidnapped because they never did take him to jail. They took him straight to JPS. And even with that, it's a nurse called me. She said, ma'am, I'm calling you anonymous because they're trying to put your boy in a trap. And I want you to know where he's at. But he had already called and let me know where he was. So that's when I went to visit, let him know that he has somebody that knows where he is. And you have to let me visit him. But this nurse called me anonymous.
So he played like he took the medication, but really didn't.
Or maybe he did or maybe didn't. I don't know. All I know, the judge signed off and let him out. He ain't been back.
Yeah. It's just amazing how they can do it. If they can't arrest you, then they'll institutionalize
Well, think about it. When you're in control, I'm side by side, I know you, but I got somebody I need for you to sign off on. I mean, you cool like that. You gonna do it. Then I got somebody, just a trickling. I'm gonna do it, because I know you. I'm cool, we cool like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
I mean, when you think about like all the organizations, the foundations that he said he's working with the department, I think he said the Homeland Security and Border Patrol and anti-violence, anti-gang, just kind of associations and foundations and stuff, and seeing him get on the internet and directly call out like the gangs that are in Houston and Dallas and stuff, and seeing him sit with mothers like Tamir Rice, his mom, and I believe he did some work with Mo3's mom, but seeing him boldly just stand up to what our society deemed as, they're the good guys. But they've taken so many damn sons away from their mothers, and then yet they're put on this pedestal like they're these good people. And I'm like, no, these are demons.
And that's what it is. It's all a demonic force. All this that we see in our lives before I even learned anything, but I know now, it's just spirits that's already been charged over to take your life out, take my life out, take my son's life out. Even when Jesus was on the scene, Herod put a hit out on all male children because he wanted to get the Savior. He wanted to kill the Savior, and the hit is still out on male children.
The hit is still out on male children.
The hit is still out on male children.
You got to elaborate on that.
Because the devil don't care nothing about them. He want every male out the home. He don't want you to grow up having no family. He don't want you there in the house with your child. He don't want you to learn the real way about life, the way it's supposed to be. So the hit is out. So all this trouble that these boys having, and then some mothers will say, that's just him. He is always, no, you got to fight for him. I fought for my sons. I fight for my daughter too, but I fought for my boys. When I tapped in that this is a spiritual warfare, God in his word is true. It's wickedness in high places. High places mean that anybody that's in authority. So you don't fight it with flesh and blood. You fight it with the Spirit of God. You put the Spirit of God on it, then stand on it and believe. And then you start letting God decrease you to increase him in you. So then what that looks like. My bitterness got to go. My unforgiveness got to go. How I say what I say to you got to go. I got to be conscious in what I speak. I got to be sure about what I'm doing. And then when I err, I must ask for forgiveness to you and ask God to forgive me. And I got to forgive myself. That's what this looked like with this boy right here, these children of mine. Because people thought my boy was just doomed. Is he going to ever get out? Is he going to ever do this? Ever is a long time. What you mean? If God do for yours, what make you think he'll respect the person won't do for mine? If Charles Manson can come up for parole, what make you think my boy can't? but it's the spiritual fight. And you learn God's word. This is what I've done. When I looked at my boy and hey, this is a whole system that's bigger than me. I can't do nothing about it. Yeah, I'm bold. And I ain't standing down. I go toe to toe with you, let you know I'm not intimidated by you. But you're not going to do him like that. If I got to write to the governor, I got to go to the senator. Wherever I got to go, I got to climb it, I'm going. Because this is my boy. Do I like what he does? Do I like everything he's done? Do I like everything he said? No. Do I uphold him in wrongdoing? No. But I've been accused of it by family members. Oh, she uphold her boys in wrongdoing. That's a dirty lie. I don't talk about them, but I don't uphold them. And they know it. But guess what? They belong to me. Do I expect for you to be better to them than I am? No. And any mother, real mother, is not going to allow them say a real mother. What I mean by real mother, you stay and you stick with your kids, right or wrong, good or bad. You don't uphold them in it, but you don't throw them out with the bathwater. So a mother that stick with you, fed you, and when they say, well, we don't know about no hungry day, they don't. They don't know about no hungry day, none of that stuff. They know when they come home from school, work, they got food on the stove. This boy's right now. Miss White, you sure could cook. I go, how do you know? He say, we used to come to your house and eat dinner with Charleston now. You sure used to cook some good food. Mm. And these boys I never even seen before. But they was giving. I get it straight off the bat. I remember Charles, about 7 years old, little boy didn't have nothing to play with. He gave him his car, his little trucks. But mama, they didn't have nothing. I said, my mama buy me some more. Just giving. Well, he didn't have a jacket. I gave him my jacket. I gave him my shoes. Because they looked at me giving. And you don't know how much impact it makes on your children, but it does. And let me say this.
Yes, ma'am.
Charleston is in his late 30s. He and the kids, his children, moved in with me. I worked at night. When we used to come home and we looked at the news together, and he said, Mom, let me ask you something. I said, what is it, son? Why is it when people came to live with us, I had to always get out of my bedroom? And I felt something. I said, son, I don't know. I said, I'm sorry. That affected you all these years. You're 30-something years old. We're talking about it now. I said, I don't know, son. Sometimes parents do things without explanation. But what I learned right then is that when you're going to bring people in your home to stay, you need to have a conversation with your kids. Don't just pop it on them. Then all of a sudden you say, you got to move out your room because so-and-so needs to stay here with her. He said, now my boundaries, I didn't have no more privacy. I couldn't be on my own game. I had to share a room with my brother. Why he couldn't give him his room? I said, I don't know. I guess because he was the oldest son. I don't know, but I'm sorry. That learned me that. And it also learned me to encourage this. Help the people pay them rent. Don't bring nobody in your house with you and your kids. Let them be a blow-up mattress. Let it up in the living room. Don't bring them out their bedroom. Because even them people you do it for, they may not even appreciate it no way. They're probably talking about you behind your back anyhow. You know? And I'm not saying all of them because I done asked a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because they like, go to her, she'll help you out. She'll help you out. Just go to cricket. She'll help you out. She'll help you out. And I would. But I learned that from that. Then I had that situation come back around with my grandson. And I was going to do the same thing with him. And the Spirit said, you did it with his daddy. Don't do it with him. When Charleston went to California to work. I said, grandson, you don't have to move out your room. He said, what happened, Granny? I said, I got a awareness of awakening of something that happened with your dad when he was younger. And we talked about it in his late 30s, and I shared it with him. I said, they had to put a blow-up mattress in the living room or put a blow-up mattress in my room, but you don't have to come out your room. Because, see, that's my legacy. True. You got to protect your legacy. It ain't about what the folk talking about. This is your legacy. So you learn how to protect your legacy. You let them know. No, some people say, oh, he think his mama is perfect. Think his mama, I could have been a whore, could have been a prostitute, could have been a dope fiend, could have been trash, could have been this, could have been that, could have been in prison, could have been this. It ain't nothing nobody done went through that nobody is above, and I know that. But guess what? I wasn't. Because when I look at them two little boys of mine, I said, Lord, I can't get myself mixed up in this. Who gonna take care of my boys? I didn't have nobody to take care of them. So the wrong people I was connected to, I had to disconnect from them. Because that's my legacy. My grandchildren is my legacy. His truth that he tells, that's his truth. His testimony that he have, those are his testimony. Some of it you might not want him to say, but hey, he done said it. That's his testimony. And whatever he says bring discord and discord from other people, guess what? He's still my son. You think I'm going to cut him off because you don't like something he said? Hell, you crazy. Because that's my son. That's my legacy. He came out of my womb. A lot of things I don't like he said, but guess what? I realized this. Whole lot of things we say and whole lot we did, Jesus didn't like it either, did he? And still don't like it. But guess what? He's still your Savior. If you have accepted him as your Lord and Savior, you still his child. So you can't cut your child off from you. Not if you know him and you didn't connected to him. Now some of them had children, they know they done had them, don't know where they at. But that's not my case.
Mama White, I totally understand now. And it's like, you are the glue. Like, you're the matriarch of the family. And, you know, Charles has, like I said, he has penetrated the internet like no other. I don't think there's anywhere he can go without people recognizing him or knowing him. And, you know, they've called a lot of cap. You know, the new word for lie is cap, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used
It's okay. You just got to
like, oh, he capping. There's no way he did all this. But to hear you explain it now, you really get to see him in his totality. And that's why I would ask people, and especially my platform, they could not stand Charles.
Oh, I know. And I got a good friend that I mentor in Atlanta. She called me. She said, girl, this guy that I seen on this internet, she said, I wonder who is his mama, who raised him. I said, really? I said, what is his name? She said, Charleston White. She said, that boy is something else. I wonder who raised him. I said, girl, that's my baby boy. She said, you lying to me. She hung up the phone and called me back. And then she called her brother. She said, I got to tell them that's Cricket's baby boy. I said, yeah, girl. She said, Cricket, that's your boy on there with all that cussing. And I said, that's my baby boy. I can't deny him. He belong to me, girl.
Don't play with me.
So then she started looking at him in a different light.
Mm-hmm. My platform, because, you know, he was really dominant in the male sectors. And of course, that's male language when you're speaking on the gang members. And then when he started to partner with the women who lost their, sons to gang violence and stuff, it really gave him a softer side. And it really just kind of polarized him in ways that, people just couldn't imagine. But then when he gets into beefs with people, we see a different side of him. And it's just like, and I was talking to him yesterday about a beef that he was having with an claimed to be ex-gang member, killer. And he said some harsh things, about, his baby that he had just lost. And I was like, well, why would you say that, Charles? I said, I'm a mother, I got a baby. It really, and we as women, it's like, and my platform is 90% women, mostly black women who have kids and stuff. And he's like, that boy took babies from women. He took babies. And he just buried a baby. And besides, y'all, these women, they talk about other people's babies. They say that boy ain't, he ain't this, he ain't that. So why is all this selective outrage? He ain't give a damn about that baby, because if he did, he should still be grieving. And if he claims to be a killer, and he's trying to change his life and stuff like that, let's just see if he still got it in him. Because you should be grieving a baby that you lost. He said the boy had his own baby in his arms during a shootout. So you think I give a damn about that man? And he didn't care about his babies? I'm showing you who he is. But Charleston will go there. He will go where no man has gone before. And we get so scared sometimes. But now it's just like, but when I see him walk, and his, just true totality, and the woman that raised him, it's like, I see where he get that king status from.
My daughter says, she came home, she said, Mama, my uncle say, can your mama stop your brother from saying all that stuff? She looked at him and said, can your mama stop you from saying stuff? That boy, man, almost 50 years old. Mama ain't got nothing to do with that. Well, I hope y'all got insurance on. She said, well, if that happened, we didn't have to be buried, so we the one had to bury. We're not worried about that. So, no, again, I don't like everything he said, even with the thing that he said about the little girl that got killed. I don't like any of that because that could have been his child. I don't like none of that.
And
I don't
he
like
said that.
Yeah,
He
I don't
said
like
that.
none of that. But all at the same time, what's gonna separate me from being his mother? Because you don't like him, they don't like him. I love him and I like him. I don't like everything that he does, but he belongs to me. And I'm gonna stand and believe God just like I'm believing before now. And I know without a doubt that God already knows, according to Jeremiah 1:5. Before the foundation of the world, God already knew. So when I tapped into that 30-some years ago, before the foundation of the world, before anything was ever formed, was here, God knew that his dad and myself are going to meet and we're going to have sex and that boy going to climb up the canal and be formed and he's going to come out. This is what his life going to be about. I don't trip. And I got a thing that I came in contact with, what I used to trip on, I now walk over. So it keeps me humble to know God already know these are spirits in my mind. I just pray. Charles said, Mama, will you do an interview with me? Yes, so long ain't no call now. Mama don't cuss with this lady. I said, I'm not talking about you. I ain't worried about that, but you know I ain't with all that. Not that I'm not familiar with cussing. But that low-down cussing, I ain't never liked it before I even got saved and delivered. I just ain't like the low-down cussing. Yes, but all the same time, I get it. I get it. And when I said, yeah, son, I will, because I already know I was going to do one with them eventually. I already knew it. And this is just a point in time. I had a hip replacement in April, and he said, oh, Mama, you come visit me birthday. I was, son, I can't walk for. Oh, Mama, they'll get your wheelchair there and wheelchair you out. And then I got to thinking about it. I said, oh, yeah, my daughter said, yeah, Mama. So she set it up, and here I am. I'm so glad. I needed this vacation. I don't get to see my son as much, don't get to talk to him as much. And, you know, we close. And this time that I'm going to be here with him is just all the money in the world can't touch it, you know. And Charleston, I have a grandson was born on his day, May the 17th, my daughter's boy. Okay. A lot of people says that he favored Charleston a lot.
Aww.
But I plead the blood of Jesus over his life and pray because he got a lot of Charleston mannerisms. He's a loner. He's a mama boy, Charleston mama boy. And it's one thing a lot of people probably don't even know. Charles might be about 12 years old when he stopped sleeping in bed with me. Him and his brother, we lay in the bed and talk. They just be in my room. And my son, my grandson, same thing with his mama. When I see him laying over there on his mama rubbing on, I think about Charleston and my boys. That's what they did at this age, 12 or 13. And my grandson used to come over to my house and lay in my bed. And then I said at the family thing, he looked at me, Granny, you weren't supposed to tell people that. And I said, oh, grandson, I'm sorry. I thought that was a precious thing to show how much you love your grandma, you know? Yes. So anyway, you know, life is real. And I just pray my grandson, I say, you walk in no other man's footsteps but your own. But he eat different. Charleston eat different. Say, what I know he like and don't like, I don't kick it. I fix what he like, I fix what he like. I say, your mama do that? Well, yeah. And then come to find out his dad, mama did him the same way. Certain things he didn't like, his mama fixed what he like. And, you know, just did. When I was a kid, you got to eat what's on the table. And you go to eat it, you just don't get nothing else to eat. So that's just what that is, and I'm glad to have this interview to clear up a lot of things, especially with that guy that had me posted like he gonna harm me, how I was there for him.
We know that's cap, Mama.
Yeah. And
people don't post that they gonna harm people.
Yeah. Well, see, he made the picture look like, but I took it, he took the picture at his granddad that he just was meeting funeral, which, anyway, and then that cousin of mine's daughter, they don't like her. Hell, I didn't like the way you lied on my boy when you know you ain't never been to my house. You ain't never stayed at my house. He had raped her. And she had never been to her house. Now her sister had and her mama had, but she had her brother hadn't been at this particular house. And when Charleston came home, she tracked the time back. Just real clever spirit. You know, you call that a demonic force. That was a demonic force, but it didn't win. And I know she looking at it. I'm praying for you. And then after the fact, before the fact, her mother had a situation that I helped her mother with this girl's kids. Her mother worked overnight, and I kept the kids at my home that I lived with and shared with a friend of mine that was roommate with me at that time, just she and I kept this girl's kids for her mama. Then charge her a dime. So if that would have happened, her mother would have never let her granddaughter or her grandson to come stay at my house overnight till she get out from work. So these are family members you didn't grow up with, but family members I care less even to have in a relationship with. Now my niece been gone now for 4 or 5 years. I seen her at her funeral. The girl came up to me. I said, "Oh, girl, I ain't seen you so long. I hadn't really kind of forgot what she looked like. But when she showed me her name, I could put the face with it. I hadn't seen her in years." And here it is, years later, 3.5 years later, you come out with this. I'm talking about just strategic going with documents that look like some real stuff.
Think she got paid?
Yeah.
I don't.
We're gonna get you in and say, hold on for a second.
And the thing about it, my daughter said,
My mama even brought it up. These some small local platforms that did this.
Well, hold on. We're gonna get you a chair because we're gonna put you in the interview with your mom. Y'all gonna sit.
TV one.
my daughter said, "Mom, I got to send this to you because this thing done went viral." I'm like, "What? How in the world?" And then I documented, people was gravitating. I said, "Look at it." And they said, "Oh, we got Charleston White now. We got Charleston White now."
It didn't go viral. It just was circulated on Facebook.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know nothing about all that.
It ain't make it to my platform. I had never heard it about. Cause that's my ground.
But this was my point. This is my point.
Yeah.
This was my point. That's how you know it's wickedness in high places. People that got power, think they got power, that let these demonic forces use them. And you don't even know what it is. So to sit down and create a document, I'm talking about look like a for real legal document, where people can say this is for real. And so whoever this guy was, my daughter say, they told me, "Y'all go downtown, everybody go get that police report." Because we know that stuff is public record. Well, nobody asked Youlanda, "Did anybody go get them documents?" She said, "No, Mama, because there ain't no documents downtown." I say, "Well, how silly was that?"
It was a local Facebook. It's like the niggas from your hometown.
Yeah.
And it never made it past Facebook.
Yeah.
But I thought, but that
that's
showed
easily
me, that showed me something. It showed me something. And then, just like her mama upset what I'm saying, well, guess what? I'm upset what she said.
EXPL0SlVE. You contacted us after, I guess, Bilal was like going viral. You are a Scientology baby. And that's why you interviewed Bilal, because you growing up in it, you know the ins and outs of it.
Bilal had told me that in all the interviews that he's been doing, everyone seems to track with what he's saying until he brings up the Scientology stuff. And he goes, "But that's why I want to come on with you, because you could explain or add some color to what I'm talking about."
There's so much shit Bilal told me behind the scenes. I'm gonna tell you, this is crazy.
You know, I was gonna say earlier, it's amazing Will Smith hasn't sued Bilal, but I go, I understand why he hasn't. There's so much dirt there, they can't afford a lawsuit.
Just in case people know, you are anti-Scientology.
Anti-former Scientologist. I actually run a foundation that helps people who are escaping from Scientology.
The brainwashing is...
It is a family-destroying cult. And
those are some bold allegations.
Why did your mom leave Scientology? What was the revelation?
Now, at that time, I no longer believed in Scientology, but when you get kicked out of Scientology, everyone who's in Scientology has to sever all ties with you, and that includes family members, friends, employers. So when my mom got kicked out, they told me that I had to never see or talk to her again, and that if I did see or talk to her, then I would get kicked out. So they go to my wife, and they say, "You have to divorce Aaron or you're gonna get kicked out." And at this point, my wife Heather's got 2 sisters and a brother. All of those people are married to Scientologists. Her parents are both Scientologists.
So they know.
Right, so they go to her parents and they go, "You have to disconnect from your oldest daughter and your 3 granddaughters, or you guys are getting kicked out."
You go to Detroit to see him for business?
I went to Detroit, correct.
Okay, so that is, and then you guys went to a Detroit basketball game and sat courtside.
Correct.
Okay, and you did other things out together on a business trip, correct?
No. So from there, went right back to the studio.
And his wife didn't mind you going along to the game?
No, I told you, his wife understands his business dealings, and she's there 90% of the time, if not 999% of the time. She's just usually off camera.
But she wasn't with you that day at the game.
No, she was not.
Your husband could take another woman to a basketball game? When Jesus shed that blood, when he died, that made it easier to be able to walk in your sins, to know that you are not going to be perfect. Things are going to happen to you. But because I died for you, you're able to ask for forgiveness and try to live righteous.
That don't mean that you can justify bringing somebody else into this world just because you had trauma. You have to become a whole person before you bring another whole person into this world. And if you really want to raise them up in the admonition of God, you cannot continue to live a lifestyle that would then lend itself to them living in sin, the very sin that we're trying to get away from. Forgiveness is for us. Grace is directly coming from God. We don't have grace to give.
So you don't sin?
I don't think that gay people should be having and raising children.
Corey Holcomb, you called him bluff on his own show.
Corey Holcomb has been selling an image for a long time.
Do you feel like he set you up for views?
He thinks that just because I'm a family man, I don't have no children out of wedlock, I advocate for people to do the right thing. He took it for weakness. And we started getting into it, he started getting in over his head because he can't actually articulate a point or debate anything. He caters to the lowest common denominator of people.
You're forgetting that there are people that work every day, that go to work every day, that watch you, that look up to you for financial advice. Because I know what you do too, Anton. I know as a black man, you are symbolic. Your wife doesn't work. She lives a soft life.
What I'm saying is I believe that the majority of women in general, which could also include your audience, have a different perspective of what it is that they think a relationship is supposed to be, which is one of the reasons why they say they want a partner instead of saying they want a husband. I believe that regardless of what women say that they want, when they get under the right man, they will submit.
Just like her mama upset what I'm saying, well, guess what? I'm upset what she said about my boy. That wasn't true.
So we gonna edit this out, because this was local talk. It never went nowhere but in the neighborhood. See, these was who.
Hold on, let's get you.
But hold on, son. She told you to hold
You
on.
brought that up, Mom.
I know it, but I had to.
But she clocking people right
Yeah,
now.
but I hate you because that, those are your local people who want some national attention. Now they finna get some national
Well, I
attention.
mean, we can edit it out.
Yeah.
Okay, edit that. I'm sorry, but I had to bring it up.
Them the gangbangers from 7 years ago that went to the city to try to bring shame on me with the local gangbanging niggas.
Okay.
I hate you gave them gangbang. No, cause they platform, they gonna make $10,000, $20,000. Don't put that in.
Where's Shaq at? He outside with your security?
Well, just tell them come edit it out right quick then.
No, we during post production.
They already got it.
No, we have to cut it down. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me call my husband so he can get you.
6 months worth of payment if you post it.
Oh, we'll cut it out.
Started there.
We'll take all that stuff out.
Next time you hit a story like that, let me shut it down for you.
Here's the thing. It's already been shut down because when you hear it don't make sense. And just where they being interviewed at, they being interviewed in the garage with sheets. No, come on, you don't even know. Man, when I seen that, I laughed.
Oh, they interviewed cheese.
Man, no, I said, man, could you?
So basically, the story was you. I didn't even know the specifics.
Well, it's a story that when I was 18 to 19, I was in boys' home at 18 to 19.
Yeah, that's easily disputable.
But that's why I don't address lies. If you address it, it becomes light. Now you got all these different platforms for to make money. Y'all no. So do you know what you talking about? Real Tune Television. They interviewing gang members in the park. Kunta, OG Percy. Man, you better not address that. Nah, you better not.
Yeah, I'll tell because I think she mentioned it early in the
I
interview
did.
too. We'll listen to it and take it
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just take that all out then.
Hey, can you tell Shaq to come inside, please?
Of course.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, we'll take it out.
So them the California trying to make a play. Going to the city with the local gang banging. So I'm saying 19 years old, nigga, I was in the boys' home. And they saying,
I'm calling you. What's your phone?
This is what I'm saying.
Okay. We need to put Charles and his mom together now.
They got DNA test results.
Yeah.
Nigga, y'all got that, y'all would have been posted. Y'all went to the Vlad, DJ Academic.
Whatever DNA, you been arrested.
You can pause it if you want, but we got to set up for Charleston to sit down.
You don't address lies.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't get lies.
And that's where it comes to be slow to speak and quick to listen.
That's what they use to create the
That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying,
We're gonna probably switch her.
If you
our
address
chairs.
that, man, them niggas finna make $10,000-$20,000 within a month.
They will too.
Who they gonna make a bike road?
Yeah. Oh.
We're gonna set up for.
They're gonna set up for we can all sit down. It's gonna take them a second. So you gotta use the bathroom or something, Mama?
No, I think I'm good for right now.
Okay. Huh?
You want to use all those chairs for the same?
Certain parts of this program have been removed to comply with YouTube's content policy and community guidelines. To watch the full uncensored and uncut version, visit TashaKLive.com.
All right, Miss White. You said a lot during that interview. You gave me chills the way you praying for this. You kept saying, that's my boy.
That's right. My legs.
You heard him from outside. That's my boy. Ain't nothing you gonna tell me. My boy coming up out that jail. Mama White, first exclusive interview. I gotta tell you, I could tell why you are the way you are.
Yeah.
And she told us something about you that was interesting.
What'd she say?
You quiet in real life.
Yeah, I really am. I'm more observant. Yeah, I observe a lot. Yeah, I'm very quiet.
She said you'll be in the house, nobody even know you in there.
And you can hear a rat piss on cotton.
That's exactly what she said.
Yeah, I'm quiet.
I find that very hard to believe. So you're an introvert.
Yeah, but I'm a people's person.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta realize, I grew up in a hospital alone by myself.
Mm-hmm.
In the house, healing by myself. So it's very seldom I got to be with people. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I picked up on everything and I was just like, I told her, I feel like, and I may get a lot of backlash from this, but they always come back and say, Tasha, you were right. You are our generation's Dave Chappelle. Very conscious comedy.
Oh, wow.
Into yourself, you observe it, and then you take the world systems and you present it before people and let them see it in comedy.
I'm a kid that's been in the window watching other kids play, wishing I can play. So when I get outside to play, I'm acting. Cause I ain't been out here playing with y'all. I was a kid who was out, when y'all was outside playing for recess, I was watching y'all play. Field day, I was watching y'all play. Then one day I finally get to play. So that's why I wear that hat, say I think everybody playing.
Every single thing that you have been, that you've talked about, that people have called cap on, I had to explain to mom what cap was. And then I like that word too, because I grew up around, you don't call nobody no lie. You don't call nobody no lie.
Yeah, no, I couldn't say that. I couldn't say lie.
I know, that's disrespectful.
See, but cap on to me be, you talking about people. Back when I was young, you said you capping on you talking about them.
Okay.
Not cap like you lying, but you talking about them. It's just different.
I couldn't say funky.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was too close.
I couldn't
to
say
the
stupid.
F word.
Yeah, I couldn't say harsh words as a kid.
Okay.
So I never got to be bad.
So now you being bad.
Yeah, I never got to be bad.
She can still whoop you now.
Yeah. My mother's disappointment is a whooping.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, my mother's disappointment in me is a whooping.
So did you whoop him a lot though?
No. Probably didn't whoop him enough.
Life did. I think between the washing machine, the pole, the pencil, the eye, the gun. I told her about the gun going off in the club. I said he was in a club. She said he was probably in a strip club. I was like,
the police came to our house and we was told the Charleston shot himself. I said, shot himself. I said, shot himself. Well, I ain't heard that, not yet.
You immune to it now, like he'll be all right.
Yeah,
he
right.
survived the washing machine, he survived losing his eye. Like she said you was in a body
I stayed in something. I was in full body cast from here all the way down with a stick between my legs.
I was telling her how you came and woke me up one morning. I said, son, how you get down? You said, Mama, I looked at my legs and said, Legs, you gonna walk today. You hear me, Legs?
I've been talking to
I'm tired of my mama and my brother waiting on me. Legs, you gonna get down and walk. He said, Mama, and my legs got down and walk. I'm gonna look for that picture because I have that picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. I gotta tell you, like, I don't think anybody, and I told her, I said, me and you, I don't think I told her, like,
we were
I didn't like you.
Remember I told Mama that woman had the fake marriage certificate?
Yeah.
This where she was with it. Remember I said the woman online pretend like she was my wife?
Credit report, fake marriage certificate, a baby.
Dr. O sent some
Atlanta.
information too. Dr. O sent some information too.
The woman out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so bad. She was calling me every day. I don't know what they did, the people on the internet at the time, but it was just like, he's a fraud. He ain't got no money. So every time, like, I guess he said something in an interview, she would send me some documents. And then she'd be like, see, he lying right there.
Because she was trying to get me to leave my wife at the time. Yeah, she's trying to get me.
There's a woman called, the same woman called me, said she was pressing her, don't call me with that. I don't want to hear nothing about it. He married, well, yeah, he said he gonna leave his wife. I said, well, you know what? If a married man tell you he gonna leave his wife and you believe him, don't call his mama, so don't call me no more.
What I got to do with it? You for the wife.
I told her I ain't want to hear it. And if you got a baby by him, I'll catch him up later. You know, I don't worry nothing about that.
So
I don't play that.
So she just, but I didn't know I was being scammed to the level because I kept saying a marriage license. How she get a marriage license? But the FBI the one who told me she had the fake marriage license. That's how they was able to get my money out her and Nesto was able to get the money out the account.
I had no clue this was part of a federal case. And I'm receiving all this information. And I'm like, how did we get here? And so off of that, when I found out that everything was like, it was a scam on
I was the missing piece, yeah.
Yeah, and he was a missing piece. I did apologize to him, and I came to the internet and I apologized.
She did, yeah.
And he did drag me, but it was so funny.
Her husband
I couldn't get mad. It was so funny. Like, me and my husband watched this, it's like, you know, you got that African, and he got them ashen ankles and things, and I'm like,
I swear he was over here whooping on her.
And I think at that moment I was like, he cool. We go. And I remember like there was some other colleagues of ours that we don't know longer.
But she had gave so much in that interview with you that that's where red flag came up. I'm like, man, what but had those pieces not came together, who knows how long that could have went on.
Yeah.
So
the police stepped in real fast, and so we, by default, just
But she in prison now, isn't she?
Well, she got probation for testifying against him, but he's in prison.
But that's the one that need to be in jail.
Yeah.
She was the mastermind.
She was a mastermind. But a lot of the stuff. She told on herself in that interview.
And we talking about Erica King.
Yeah, she told herself.
Shirley Strawberry, husband.
With Steve Harvey, yeah. You can't, and I think she was in on it. Because I you tell my mama.
Strawberry, because like how you don't know your husband, where he getting this money from? Who are these women around?
They will come over. Yeah, they will come over.
You know what I'm saying? And
so I would go home and tell my mama, Mama Shirley with the Strawberry letter, her husband pulled up in the road. We had
he sent me pictures.
I was gonna tell mama, I was gonna go home and brag to my mama about meeting Shirley and Nesto and them having breakfast with them. So
and then the man was the sheriff calling me up there, Mama, you make that casserole that I like. I don't want to know what they were trying to fix you some caviar. He said, I don't want to tell them. Tell my mama what the hell you fix.
Yeah, I was trying to get my mama cornbread casserole up there. I can't think of the name, but it was actually Erica's husband who was playing like he was the butler. He was the butler.
Yeah, I remember it was a whole setup. It was a
yeah.
whole setup. So that's how me and him came
locked in
at the appointed time.
Yes, and then I introduced him to my female audience because I don't think he ever did female platforms except for DD in the Morning.
That was it.
Shout out to DD in the Morning. I love her out of Dallas, but he had never. And it was like, Tasha, why would you sit down with y'all? I said, y'all gotta watch it first. Y'all gotta watch it.
Yeah, the The black female audience, they hated me, but they hated Kevin Samuels more. So I was able to fly up under the radar. so they hated Kevin Samuels even more. So I was able to slide up under the radar.
But I actually softened Kevin Samuels up when he came to sit down on my platform.
And they was grooming me to be his arch enemies. And once I started watching him, I started admiring the guy. I became a fan of the guy.
Everybody.
So that's how me and Antoine got close.
Yeah, everybody loves him.
And I brought Antoine to my mom's house.
Yeah, him and his wife.
So
Okay.
y'all brought Antoine to my mom's house.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's small world. So we somehow, and so when they want the female audience, they come to me.
I can see why.
She protects the black. Yeah, she protects the black woman.
And see you real.
Yes, ma'am.
And you come with facts.
Yes, ma'am.
And you ain't sideways.
Oh no.
And your inside is pure. And you want to do right by people. And hey, that could be me, that could be my family member, could be. So I'm real delicate on how I handle this platform here. Yes. So I can appreciate that. So you go with your inner man, which is your spirit person that's inside of you. And you let it guide you and tell you. When it tell you husband, nah, I think I'm gonna do this because you may make reference to it as my gut feeling.
Yes, ma'am.
But that's the spirit of God that's speaking to you. Because we got three spirits. We got the devil's spirit, God's spirit, then we in the middle. So when God say choose this day whom you're going to serve, so you get up, you wake up, which he does that for us. Then you lay there and you decide. It may say, no, don't get up. Other side say, no, you got to get up because you got to go there today. Then you're in the middle and you decide, I'm going to go on hear this voice. So you get up, go there, and everything works out perfect. You tell your husband, I know I needed to go. Because let me tell you how that worked out. Exactly. See, that was God's spirit. So the other spirit, which is the devil's spirit, kept you laying in the bed, you would have missed what God had for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So this with Charleston and you and I, all this is just a point in time. I already do this. You gonna do the interview? I said, yeah, why not? I don't get to see my boy. Yeah, I already know I'm gonna do it. I miss my boy. I don't get to talk to him much. I don't get to see him, So I'm elated even to be here. Aww. So I can see him and spend time with him,
I would love to interview my mama, but she gonna be a mama. I'm gonna have to probably get you to do it.
I'm an entitled kid, so I don't know what it's like to struggle. I don't know what my mother had to do to take care of her.
That's right.
So I had allowances, so I have no value or concept of money. I don't love it.
And that's the hate thing.
I give it away. So my mother didn't know I could manage money like this. I've been irresponsible. And entitled all my life.
My God.
He told me you cut him off at 30.
Yeah.
I had to, girl. I had to.
I spent my check calling my mama.
Yeah. I had to realize, I said, shoot, these jokers using me. I said, I got to have some batteries. I got to draw this in. And not to say, as a single mother doing that, you're not grooming them to be all the man they could be when they get up and get married and in relationships. So you don't hate them, not they want the wife or the woman they serious with be like the mama. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. And that's what I did. I realized I did it. I should have let them boys cut their yard when they were 12 and 11 years old. The heat would have killed them, but I'm thinking I had to work early. I don't want them to do that. But they was enjoying that, making that little money, cutting yards. I should have let them keep doing it, but I did.
And that's when, I mean, you were a single mother.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't go out there and do it. Y'all ain't finna do it either. Y'all my kids. But, as having a male figure, who would have been like, no, let that little boy get out there,
The male figure would have been showing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
They would take it on and show them the stuff the male's supposed to show the boys.
Yeah, I had a pizza party every day after school because I knew how to write my mama check.
Some years later, I was for this job as a inspector. Everything went fine, but my background check came out. I had a hot check. I said, a hot check? I ain't wrote no hot check from the pizza people.
Yeah, I write checks every day.
And I said, well, who would write check for? I ain't wrote no check for no pizza. Then I searched the tab. I said, I was at work. And then I had another check. Somebody did. I said, no, I had to go and get all that stuff straightened out to find out that them boys were doing that.
Right pizza. Oh, my God.
Every day I
He told me, he said you would put him on punishment, tell him he ain't having no birthday party. He used to having a birthday party. You told him he wasn't having one.
You remember that, Mom?
Over anyway. And you said, forget it. You can have a party. So
Yeah, she gave in.
Yeah, she gave in.
Because mothers do that. I tell my daughter, now you got to ride it out, baby. You got to ride it out. I said, well, she is doing what her mama did, you know.
Oh, are you proud of him?
Oh, yes, I am.
You gonna go to one of his comedy shows?
I already been to two.
You done been to him?
I tell him, say, y'all let me know when mama coming so I can stop cussing.
I was gonna ask.
But they didn't let him know because they didn't know. I went to the back, so somebody slid up and said, you must be his mom. And I looked around and said, well, I guess I'm the only mama looking thing anyhow, I guess.
No.
And then all the junior high school people started coming over. And then my sister friend Anita and I and my daughter, we went downtown, Big Laugh Comedy. And I said, he can't see me, y'all, because if he see me, he ain't gonna do it. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of us, and when it's over with, and I was standing out there when he come in, he said, Mama, how long you been? I said, it's all right, son. It was a good show. I said, Mama, you know I don't talk like that in front. I said, it's all right. It was a good show.
So you laughed.
Yes. Both shows was a good show. And then the security was escorting him out, and he wouldn't let nobody get to him. I said, no, man, that's my mama. No, that's my mama there, man. Yeah, but both shows was good.
Oh my goodness. But listen, I know you said a lot during this entire interview. And Charles, I talked to you yesterday, so we straight.
Yeah.
But I just want what do you want the world to know about Charleston?
Well, one, he's a human. And he make errors, like we all do. That's the reason why Jesus walked on earth in form of man, but yet without sin. Because no other man could have done that. So we are human. We're going to err. We're going to do some things you don't like. We're going to say some things you don't like. Think about yourself. You do it. Yes, it's just not on public. It's not public where everybody know. Some of y'all doing what you're doing and people be ashamed to know that you're doing what you're doing. But it's not public. It's not on the platform. So he has a heart. He has a conscience. And one of the things that I recall about his conscience is when he cussed a woman out at the church. He called me, Mama. I said, what's up, son? I done cussed this woman out at the church. I said, cuss the woman out at the church?
You remember that viral video? Yeah.
And I said, you cussed the woman out at the church, son? and so my daughter called me. She said, Mama. He said, Mama, I sure hate it, but I had to call you, Mama. Because I said, man, my mama gonna hear about this. I said, son, you got a conscience. Ask for forgiveness and move on. So my daughter said, Mama, I hate he cussed a woman out the church, but that woman deserved that cussing. So he kept trying to avoid her, but she kept on jugging, trying to make it look like they had something going on. She said, I hate he cussed her out the church, but that woman deserved that cussing out. So what my daughter tell me, as far as I'm concerned, is facts. He had called me to let me know he had a conscience. So he has a conscience. He has feelings. He cries too, just like we all do. He may let his pride get in the way, but he ain't so prideful. I've even seen him when I went to court with him apologize to a police officer downtown Fort Worth. He said, ma'am, I was wrong. This is my mother right here. I told my mother about it. My mama told me I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. Ma'am, I'm sorry. Forgive me for that. And she looked at him. She said, I knew you were better than that. So we all error. We all error. Ain't nobody above this thing called life to be lifing. We all error. But he's a good dude. Great father. He was a single father for a while. Did a great job with his kids. I watched him fix some breakfast, cook their lunch, and I never forget the dinner. I never forget one time he was in the kitchen. He had these pans. He had been having since TYC Giddens days. They was orange. They was his favorite. I said, son, why don't you get rid of them pans? You've been having them pans for years. He said, but Mama, I ain't gonna get rid of them. So one time came along, I had an opportunity to put the things in the trash. Before I put them in the trash, he was cooking dinner, getting his food out the oven. And his daughter, Chelsea might have been about 5 or 6, I'm thinking. His pants had the rubber, the lasket had worn out the waist of the pants. And the pants had dropped down like he was sagging. And she put her little hands on him and said, pull them pants up. And boy, he jacked them pants up real quick. Jacked them pants up. And boy, we must have laughed about that.
I ain't sagged since.
He ain't sagged since.
Yeah,
she might have been 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, my daughter stopped me from sagging.
That's amazing.
So, he's a good son. He's a good brother. He
I
really
forgot to
is.
tell you, I apologize by posting the kids. I didn't know. That was,
I don't remember.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You had your hair was curly and you had it combed over. You had on like some red.
Oh, yeah.
It was curly. His hair was curly.
He had it slicked back like Ricardo Suave.
He looked like a Spanish baby. He wasn't looking like a nigga baby. He looked like a man.
CJ hair was off to the side.
It looked like a Christmas function.
It was my grandmother's, that was grandmama's for that 70.
65th.
Y'all had the red and black.
At the house. Her 65th birthday celebration.
Yeah. But he had his hair. So I was like, that's not Charleston. And it was Dr. O that gave it to me.
Yeah.
And,
like she was a
I
right one
was
too.
like, because he had this persona that he was like gangster online and coming at Jay Prince, the head gangster. And I'm like, he has suspenders and got he got mousse on his hair.
But yeah, he's and I'm not the kind of mother just say something just to be saying it because it's my child. Right is right and wrong is wrong. That's just what I believe. You ain't right, you just ain't right, but you still belong to me.
I love
you. Still belong to me.
A lot of my favor when I got in trouble is because the courts looked out and seen my mother.
That's exactly what she said.
I'm over here acting like I ain't got this kind of mama. So when they get me down to then my mama show up, this boy playing. Cause they see a whole totally different kid.
Whole spirit change.
Yeah. So that I'm gonna call your mama used to get me. Yeah, I quit. Your mama on the phone. What? Yeah. So because I couldn't act like this at home. Nowhere near my home.
That brings me to this. When CJ was born, he takes his mama to the hospital. He running up and down the hall, hollering, baby coming out, baby coming out, baby ain't coming out. This boy up there acting just like, I don't know. They put him out to the hospital.
But the doctors, the nurses,
just up there. They couldn't come back on the premises. They couldn't even come on the premises, sign the boy birth certificate. Then the mama answered the phone. She in labor. I said, take the phone from her. So I told the nurse, I said, ma'am, the dad that's calling, her husband, that's my son. He keep calling, but when he called back again, just give me the phone. Tell me you're gonna get a phone to his mama. This stuff gonna stop. I said, I ain't never thought I'd be so embarrassed in my life, son. I said, you carrying on like this here. And me and my daughter looked at each other. He didn't call back. The mama's blood pressure going up. She trying to get labor. You answering the phone. Take the cell phone from her. So then we go out there and sit in the audience, out in the lobby, and they out there talking about him. There was the other family. They didn't know I was. They didn't know I was his mama. Boy, they were running them down. So then the grandma come out and try doing this to let them know. And she said, "Oh, hi, Miss White." And then the man looked. Oh, that's Charleston's mom. I said, "Yes, sir. I'm Charleston's mother."
They been out there talking about.
They were low down, rating them down, girl. They were running them down. Wow. So the man got up and left. And I say, "It's all right. It's all right." We had a healthy baby boy that he wasn't able to be there to hold him in his arm because he cutting up because they wasn't. I said, "You don't know about giving birth, son. The baby ain't ready to come yet." Well, mama, the baby ain't coming out, Charles. That's just what a woman go through. It's what I went through having you, son. So I thought that was something. But he didn't call back when the nurse gave me that phone.
Wow. You nervous about this interview going out?
A little bit, sorry.
Just don't read the comments.
I'm not.
Because I know you go off about your mama. I know you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
No.
People out there that, like you said when we started the interview, you got people that's gonna like you and people that's not.
Oh, you know the comment don't move me.
Yeah.
I done said some horrible thing about a nigga mama. So yeah, and they living in there.
I don't think you're gonna get that on mine.
No.
No.
Well, I left so I can be surprised to see what y'all talked about. So I didn't sit here through the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all left so I can be surprised. Yeah.
One thing you know about his mama, she ain't gonna hold him in no wrongdoing. Of course, I'd be falsely accused. It's not facts. I'm going to be there 100%, then some, because that's my legacy. If I can be there for a friend and be there for a cousin or be there for whomever, don't tell me I ain't going to be there for my own that came out of my womb. No, that ain't going down like that. Right or wrong, good or bad, I'm going to stand. But I'm going to stand firmly with boundaries. But I ain't going to uphold him in his wrongdoing. I'm not going to shout it and say, hey, I'm proud of you for doing this, doing that. No. And anybody that's watching this that know me, you know that's how I roll.
See, I couldn't sell drugs and go give my mama no money.
Sure could.
And I didn't have no job. She
Sure
won't know
could.
where the money come from.
Sure
Where
could.
you get that from? I couldn't walk in the house at 16, 19 with some new shoes with no job. Anything you had, where you get that from?
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to give account for it.
She set the bar high?
All my wrongs had to be hid from my mother. So I've never done wrong in her eyesight, whether that's smoking a cigarette or having a drink. Never.
All right, well, listen. We've been here almost 2 hours.
I enjoyed it. Whatever y'all talking about.
Do what it do.
I want to do one thing, two things I want to do.
Yes, ma'am. She about to give me some money, Charles.
I don't know.
I ain't got nothing to give you. Hey, I ain't got nothing to give you.
Oh, she is fashionable. I love it. I love the purse, the sparkles, the jewelry, everything.
Let me get my glasses so I can read this. Okay. And then I'm gonna say a prayer that I've been praying for over 22 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna tell you what it's called.
Okay.
But I've been having this for a few years. And it says, to my son, I wish you strength to face challenges with confidence, along with the wisdom to choose your battles. I wish for many great adventures on your journey. Listen to your heart and take risks carefully. Remember how much you are loved. I am so proud of you. Love, Mom. You put that in your wallet. Okay. Now, I've been having that to get at him, not knowing when, but this is the point in time.
Wow. You gonna cry, Charles?
No, not on camera. You want me to nigga want me to see me cry on camera?
Because he cried, y'all. I can tell you, he's human. He's human. He's human.
And the cry in the shower.
And I'm Charleston got this. I'm having to send this to you. Mm-hmm. This, first, I'm going to tell you where I got it from first.
Oh. Even the phone case is sparkly. She don't play. Look.
So this prayer comes from this book from June Hunt, Forgiveness and the Freedom to Let Go. I've been reading it, came in contact with it over 22 years ago, y'all. It's real, it works, and it lines up with scripture. Forgiveness and the freedom to let go. Oftentimes we say, I can forgive, but I can't forget. Well, God got a scripture for that. True forgiveness is forgetting. Because we all done wrong. We all been done wrong too. Forgive those who have wronged you, and you ask for forgiveness. So now I'm going to get to this prayer. Over 22 years now. I do prison ministry, been doing it for 24 years. I was foster parent for over 20 years too.
Wow.
I go into the federal prison and I go into the state prison. I always praying and hoping I don't see nobody I know, because if I see somebody I know, I can't go back to that prison. So this is a spiritual warfare prayer. The following spiritual warfare prayer will help you honestly confront and release your anger to God and thereby rid yourself of such damaging habits. Spiritual warfare is that thing you say, I just can't stop doing that. I just can't let that go. I don't know why this is happening. What I'm going to do with it? How am I handle that? It ain't working out. I'm trying to work it out, but it ain't working out. Guess what? It's out of your hand. You got to put it in God's hand. It's called spiritual warfare. You got to put a scripture on it. And here it goes. I don't want to be defeated in my life. Thank you, Jesus, who lives in me, that lives in us is greater than Satan who is in the world. This is 1 John 4:4. This is scripture, y'all, spiritual. I know that I have been bought with a price of Christ's blood, which was shed on Calvary's cross. My body is not my own. It belongs to Christ. 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20. Right now, we refuse all thoughts that are not from you, God. 2 Corinthians 10:3 and 5. I choose. See, we got to choose to forgive. You got to choose to forgive who have hurt me. And I got to choose to release those that I've hurt as well. I choose to release it all in the plan and the palm of God's hand. All of the pain, all of the anger into the hands of God. Galatians 3:13. I resist Satan. Because Satan's have power, y'all. He just don't have all power. We resist his powers, according to James 4:7. As we stand with the full armor of God, we ask God to bind Satan. Because when God bind that demonic force, it's bind. Ain't nothing nobody can do. No doors can be open if he closed them. No closed doors can be open. No open doors can be closed. If God do it, it's done. Having any influence over me, over my family, my children, grandchildren, family members, those I care about, even this lady I just met on, a husband that enters to the house. God, we just bind all the influence over their life, God, from the oldest to the youngest. Ephesians 6:11. From now on, with the shield of faith, we will defeat and we will deflect every unforgiving thought that could defeat our life. Ephesians 6:16. And we yield the life of the plan of our life in your hands, God, according to Jeremiah 29:11, because he said he know the plans that he has.
Imagine hearing all this as a boy and got to go back and go play gangbangers and process all of it.
Yeah, because he know the plans he has for us to do us some good.
What? I got to go play gangbanger.
Yeah. And I said, nah, son, I'm not speaking to you, son. I'm speaking to the spirit I see. The devil is a liar. He's not snatching you out of my hand, not before my eye. I dare you to come up in my household and try to snatch my child out of my hand. Devil, you is a liar. I send you back to the pits of hell from which you come. You're not going to have him. I plead the blood from his head to his toe. God, from the front, both sides. And when he get out this driveway, the blood is pleaded. No weapon form up against him shall prosper. Every tongue that rises up has already been silenced. In Jesus' name.
I couldn't beat it. Yeah, I couldn't beat it.
He said, Mama, I don't want to hear all that stuff. Mama, stop sending me all that stuff. I said, well, stop reading. You don't know I'm sending it.
Mama, that's your God. I wouldn't join every other God to beat this God. I became Muslim.
And that's why she said, I don't know what God you serve during the interview, but the God I serve.
I said, you trust your God and I trust my God, and we'll see which God
going to win. I went Buddhist. I went everywhere.
Coming out there with that little hat on. Yeah, he said, well, how you know? My older boy said, Mama, how you know God? How you know God ain't taking me this way to this pastor? You know what, son? You got a point. So since I know, according to Jeremiah 1:5, before the foundation of the world, God knew everything. I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you have that. Because God know it all. He know it all. So things that I used to trip over, I started walking over. So I started being more conscious and realized, Chelsea, Mama, well, you got to see it like this. And I said, my feelings be hurt. Then I said, yeah, you got to suck your feelings up. Them are your emotions. Because he's telling you right. I said, Lord, just show me how to deal with my adult children and my grandchildren, from the oldest to the youngest. So the Spirit will show you what to do. There's times where you don't need to say nothing. Just don't say it. Sometimes I don't make it. But I got to redo it. And ask for forgiveness, because when you do what you ain't supposed to do at the time when the Spirit tells you to do it, the result is not going to be right. I'm done. Thank you for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, winos, okay, Mr. and Mrs. White.
Thank you,
Mama White.
Thank you, Tasha.
Oh, I know who to call now. Oh, you should have called me. I was like, Mama, he out here. Let me.
Honey, how many phone calls have I got? And my thing is, what can I do about it but pray? Yeah. They want me to talk, but I can't do nothing about it. It's a grown man, but pray and let God work.
He is a good person. I promise you he is.
I know he is.
I don't let people frequent my platform like that.
Yeah.
No, she don't.
I don't.
No.
I don't at all. Like, and Charleston knows that people are like, oh, it's for the views. I'm like, I get views.
Without me.
Without Charles.
Without
like,
me.
No, what he says, like, I really think he should be in a seat like this.
leading and doing interviews and stuff. And I don't know if you're doing that,
Not
but
yet.
I can't.
I did, but I comedy got me right now.
I know.
Yeah, comedy got me.
And listen, in any way that we can use the platform to help to further the message and stuff, because like you are on the right side. And I love it when he gives them gang members energy. Like, you ready to go to jail? You ready to let them play with your booty in jail? Because that's what's going to happen to them, mama. You out here killing people's sons and children and stuff. You're going to go in and...
Because they just don't understand. See, you don't understand what you don't understand until you understand what you understand. And you don't. You just don't. It's a lot of things that if I would have understood back when I didn't understand, that I would be different even now. I mean, be more different. But when you don't understand what you don't understand, you just don't understand it. I can't help it.
You put that on a shirt. On the hat.
I'm telling you.
You don't understand, you understand.
You don't. I go like, why? You know, when you go to the doctor, they ask about your mama, your daddy, your grandparents, and your aunt and your uncle. It stops there. Don't go to your cousins.
Nah.
So whatever that's in that bloodline that's going to hit those people right there. So that's why you need to know. So for those that didn't like him before he got famous, some don't like me, and I ain't even famous. Some don't like you on your job. I mean, people they're just spirits. They're just spirits, you know. And I'm like, hey, I'm too old to trip to worry about who don't like, why you don't like. I don't even ask no more. If I say, well, what have I done? Give me an opportunity to ask for repentance, tell you I'm sorry. If you tell me, oh, you ain't done nothing, you're all right, guess what? I done moved on. Let the consequence be God. I ain't tripping on that stuff.
Great interview, Tasha.
No, thank you. It was an honor.
It was an honor to be here as well.
Thank you, Charleston.
Yes, appreciate you.
To speak her truth here. And yeah, we're going to be watching him. And I give him less than 5 years. He's going to have a Netflix special. Especially if I got anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I know people that do it.
Jared, what about that movie, Wrong Address? Did you see it?
I didn't see that yet. I know it's a movie out there. That's really good.
The Wrong Address.
I don't even have time to watch TV.
I know it.
I got my own movies. I ain't even watched them yet.
You have?
Yeah, she had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you got to send it to me so I can look at it.
I said, I ain't seen it.
I saw it, yeah.
I haven't, because when I take time off, I turn off everything.
Yes.
So
you just had a one child?
I'm sorry?
You just had a one daughter?
I have two. I have a 6-year-old son.
Shut your mouth. And she 19, older girl 19?
19. They both.
Well, Charles was 14 when I had my daughter.
So you
and he needed counseling then.
Because I was a baby.
Because he was a baby. He like, well, mama, you could at least had a baby boy. I said, but if I had a baby boy, you would still be the baby boy's son.
Right.
He would stand outside my bedroom door and turn his head instead of coming on in. He said, at least I'm not playing, Kevin, faking.
I'm going to talk to you about my daughter. She about to be 19, and that's rough.
That spiritual warfare prayer you're going to get, you're going to implement that on that. And watch God work. Lead the consequence to him. Watch him work. I'm telling you.
And don't forget, today we are offering on shoptkdeals.com the sea moss drops. This is something that everybody needs to have in their diet. It has 98% of the vitamins and minerals that the body needs daily. We have this in mango. We also have it in pineapple. It has 10,000 milligrams of Irish sea moss, the same sea moss that Dr. Sebi preached about, and the same sea moss that a lot of the health gurus preach about as well. It also has spirulina, which is very potent in vitamins and minerals as well. It has zinc, burdock root, and vitamin C, okay? Use the coupon code TK10 to get your sea moss drops. This is our mushroom Vitamix, okay? The T-cell, NK cell Vitamix, very potent. The reviews on the website say everything. This is used to help optimize T cells, to help optimize natural killer cells, which kill off cancer cells in the body and things like that. It's been used in a ton of therapy. It's been in Chinese medicine for years, and people are raving about this. All you got to do is Google shiitake mushrooms. This is shiitake mushrooms along with turkey tail, some lion's mane, some cordyceps, all blended down. You can either cook with it, you can put it in your smoothies, you can drink it in water. Either way, you need this about twice a week. And if you're not down with the powder, we do have the gummies, all right, which has all of that in there. Shiitake mushrooms. It also has the reishi mushroom, has the chaga, it has the white button. And so all of this is condensed down into the mushroom extract complex. And also we have the mushroom 10X, okay? That's available as well on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off of your first order. Don't forget, guys, we are featuring the Koji Cocoa Soap. This is something that I use to help even my skin tone, clear dark marks and things like that. This is available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10, okay? Be careful about using it on your face. Yes, it will lighten the dark marks, but it will lighten your face as well, and you don't want to be out here looking like Nene Leaks, okay? This is the Koji Cocoa Soap. We have the sugar case. I am so in love with the body oils, and you guys are too, because you're emailing me about them. These are body oils infused with like glazed donut fragrances. We also have watermelon squeeze. We have, let me put this up. We have the watermelon squeeze. We also have the Georgia peach body oil, okay? I usually put these on when I get out of the shower, wet, let them soak into the skin while the pores are open. And then, of course, I carry a bottle around to touch up. It doesn't leak. And that's one thing that I like about this Black-owned body oil company is that they don't leak all in your purse. I could travel with these. They don't spill. I don't know where the hell she got these bottles from or the oils, but she's doing her thing. You can access the sugar case on my website. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And last but not least, we have our top seller, which are the Active 8 fasting drops. If you are really trying to fast, if you are really trying to suppress your appetite, the right way, the Active 8 fasting drops is the way that you need to go. The reviews on the website speak for themselves. If you're looking for appetite suppression, which means you have to start first thing in the morning, okay? And you put the drops in your body, you put a little water in your body, and you just do a water fast throughout the day. People are emailing me saying, hey, Tasha, they work better than any type of Ozempic or semaglutide that's out there. It just helps to settle the gas in the stomach, and the stomach tells the brain that you're not hungry no more, okay? And so the fasting drops are available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 and let me know how much weight you've lost personally using the Active drops, okay? And with that being said, listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head on out of here. If you got a story that you want to tell, something as tragic as this, something maybe as motivating, okay? If you have a tip on your favorite celebrity, please email me at unwindwithtashak@gmail.com. And also, guys, if you want to advertise on the platform, please feel free to email me at unwindwithtashak@gmail.com or hit me on Instagram via the DM at unwindwithtashak@gmail.com. And don't forget, guys, my movies on Tubi are streaming right now. The Last Interview, I Ain't Got It, as well as Everyone Talks to Someone. Thank you so much for your support, winos, and I will see you on our next video. Now I gotta go.